Okay, coach. I'll start on the Chiefs thing. Also, it's not a clickbait thing, but I mean, it's a possibility there. But you can
for sure. For sure.
The home of your biggest rivals. Will that serve as will that be sweet to win the title and the Chiefs to be like Arsenal winning at Tottenham? Will that add the added spice and the added excitement and to say, okay, we're here now?
To be honest, I haven't thought about it in that light, and I'm very honest with you. I think just winning the title will be very sweet because it's an important competition for us, and it's an important season. So I haven't really thought about it in that sense, Mr. Mahlatsi.
Coach,
yes, sir.
I don't know if you've watched Chiefs much this season because you've been very busy.
As a spectator, yes.
Yeah. Many coaches have said that they're just very unlucky. That they've not been playing as bad as their points reflect and the league reflects. And we also know that Chiefs can beat a bogey team. So what would be the message to the players? A title being claimed at FNB, and do you agree that they've been unlucky this season?
Do I agree if they've been unlucky? I don't think I can answer that because I don't think I've watched them with so much detail. I have watched, and I've watched because before I'm a football coach, I'm a football fan. I'm a lover of the game. And so when I get an opportunity to watch our opponents or competitors, I do so a lot. And then I've got a very soft spot for Coach Kevin Johnson. Very, very soft spot. In fact, Coach Kevin Johnson and I were once so close when he was head of youth at Platinum Stars that we spoke on the daily. I remember one time he called me. I'll never forget. I remember one time he called me and he had just called me and hung up the phone. And a few minutes later called me. And then he said, Rhulani, are you aware I speak to you more on the phone than I speak to my wife? I remember that. And I don't know if he remembers that, but I remember him saying that. So I've got I learned so much from him. I spent so much time with him. I think he's an incredible human being. And he's someone that I always wish well for, So I don't know if they have been unlucky because really I haven't watched with that much detail. What would be the message is that we're playing against a very big team. We're playing against one of our arch rivals, and we're playing an important game that we have to go there with humility, with a lot of respect, and that would be the message.
Coach, I wanted to ask something totally different, but I think it's just a follow-up from Lorenz. You speak about having such a soft spot for him, so you might push a dagger down his heart when you win on Thursday. How do you separate that, the professionalism as well as, a soft spot? So, because I think it really does count in regards to professionalism and, of course, those personal relationships that you've built over years.
Yeah, but he could put a dagger in my heart if he wins.
Okay.
It's unfortunately what football is about, I think he's a fierce competitor. He would love to win the game, and I think he knows it's the same with me. But that would not separate the feelings, I think, from a deep down. And he's got a good heart. He's a very good guy. Believe me, he's a very good guy who I have incredible and has done incredible things for South African football. He's done incredible things. I always, as a coach, I always admired him when he produced so many top football players, like Stephen Pienaar, for an example, at School of Excellence. And that's why even when I was a youth coach, I always worked hard to make sure that the players that I coached would go on to become great football players. And I'm very proud that he inspired me to have that track record, because he's the one that actually planted that seed in my heart. And he's someone. He is someone that I've got huge admiration and gratitude towards for the role he's played. he's similar to someone maybe even like even Steve Kompella. I appreciate the what he did for me earlier in my career. Even Ellen Fries, I appreciate the work that they did and the influence they had in my career earlier. So these are people that, of course, I will never forget. And in my journey, these things will happen. You know, we'll meet each other, and at the end, we will both try to win football matches, because that's what competition is about. Otherwise, we wouldn't be involved in the sport, would we?
No, then we'll repeat this cap.
Coach?
Sure, now.
Coach, what's the latest on Bounce? If you know, I know it's immediately after the game, but also like both Debs are injured. Also, I don't know what's the latest with Riva as well. Seems like maybe a bit thin, go 6. So what's the latest?
No one has a position. No one has a. You might find Musa Libusa playing 6. You never know. And you guys know and I listen to your vlog. You say, what position was this one playing? What position was this? You never know. But River is fine. It's just that he's had a very long spell out, and then to have 3 games in a row would be far too difficult for River. It would probably mean another breakdown. And so that's why we had to periodize it from an individual perspective. And we have to do this now. There's not just only tactical periodization that has to take place, but there's also some individual periodization. And that is, again, huge compliments to the technical staff. Coach Michael, Mateus, Sbu. These are from a conditioning perspective. And then you've got Stewie, the sports scientists, Tato Santos, the recovery guy. You've got our masseurs. You've got our physios, Saki. These people are doing incredible work, and they hardly get mentioned, you know. So that's where the focus is about trying to manage the minutes and distributing them equally, so that we can also try to prevent injuries. Uzungu, the latest, he looks fine. It's a deep cut. It's a very, very deep cut. And I'm gonna leave it at that with Zungu, because it breaks my heart. But and to be honest, Coach Wendell and Coach Mangoba warned me about bringing him onto the pitch. They warned me, and there was a reason why they warned me. But I felt that he needed the minutes, and it was good for him to try and. But okay, good. These things happen in football, and we will move on. Fortunately, it doesn't look worse than just a very, very deep wound. But there'll be scans and things done tomorrow.
Coach, I want your views, but a Chiefs versus Sundowns is normally a top of the table.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
It's a humdinger, but when you are meeting them and they are at the risk of missing out on the top 8, and you are looking to win the trophy in their own backyard, and they've only just won their 2nd game this year, and you guys are doing this, like the differences are just crazy. How do you even look at this, this fixture? And also, what does it even mean for you? Because as a coach, I'm sure you want a competitive, not that they are not competitive, but they haven't been great. How do you look at a Chiefs that we have at the moment, or that we've had for a couple of seasons? Do you prefer a stronger?
Chiefs is Chiefs. And we all know that Chiefs is Chiefs. At any day, they can turn up. How I look at it is they're a big club, and they deserve incredible respect. I've already told you about my respect towards the chairman. They have a good coach, and I know him personally because I learned a lot from him. That's how I look at it. They've got some very, very good players, and they are a team that is capable of beating anybody. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will make the top 8. No doubt in my mind.
Follow up.
I thought I don't have.
No, you last week. Ozoraga 6, you are here as a commitment.
No, he's
6
unbelievable.
o'clock is in the studio. So
No, he's unbelievable.
No, it's okay.
But they all, to be honest, guys, I must say, in fact, all of you, common faces, so dedicated to this profession and the game. I hope God blesses you with the success that you deserve in your own individual careers. and maybe that's a nice way to close it.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you.